What's going on, everybody? Payneblade back here again with my first video in what's been over probably a month. Thank you guys for being patient with me. I know a lot of people have been DMing me saying like, have you quit YouTube? Here's the thing, you guys, I talked about it in my last video. I'm crazy busy, life's crazy hectic, but there is a game that has come out that has brought me back into the YT world and content creating, and that is Marvel Future Revolution. Guys, if you have not tried this game out and you're a fan of MMORPGs, open world content, Marvel characters, a plethora of gameplay modes, and a community-based game, look no further. The only catch here, guys, is we Canadians, that's right, we Canadians got first dibs on this game. So it is currently not global, but get yourself a VPN. You can play it on BlueStacks, you can play it on mobile with a VPN, as well as LD Player, where I'm currently actually playing it now. So guys, let's talk a little bit about this game. So if you've seen all my content for My Hero Academia, you already know how this works. If you have not, welcome to an MMORPG, a gacha game in the mobile universe. So this is a Marvel game, and if you know anything about me, I'm a huge fan of Marvel. So first thing, guys, when you jump onto this game, there's going to be a few things you're going to look at. First off, you're going to pick a server, right? I am currently on Omega Flight, which is the main server of this game when it first opened. And when you pick your server, you're going to get onto the screen. Now this screen here shows you the current specials that are going on. For 7 days straight, you can get Rocket Raccoon Special Check-in Gift, which is a 4-star costume. We'll talk more about those later. 14 days, you get 500 crystals, which is your main resource for summoning, increasing your attempts to do any type of missions or blitz and raids, and we'll talk more about those as well too. And then lastly, if you stay for the full 28 days, you get yourself a 5-star costume box. The maximum stars you can get in this game is 6. Just like most other gacha games, there is an upgrade system. And again, we'll talk all about that as well too. And guys, there's a plethora of other things you guys can do and events that are currently in the game. But I want to get into this game real quick and show you guys what it's all about. Now, I have currently created, my 2 characters that I created are Spider-Man and Doctor Strange. Now, Spider-Man is my main character. I love Spider-Man. If you look around my basement at the moment, it's pretty much all Avengers and Spider-Man stuff, so this game feels right at home to me. And my Spider-Man is pretty high up. Now, the maximum cap level currently in this game is level 100, and it is a power scaled game. And there's something called squad rank, which we'll talk about as well too. But there are other slots you guys can pick characters. Now this game promotes you playing multiple characters because of the ever important squad rank experience points that you get, and also the gold farming and everything else you can do by playing multiple characters. So originally, you can choose and test out 4 characters, and you guys can buy additional 4 extra slots while doing this. Now just to show you guys can see this, in terms of what characters you can actually create, there is Captain America, who is a tank, and they actually tell you the controller difficulties in this, which is pretty important to notice. You can also see there are multiple outfits you can choose as well too in this game. This game has up to 6 or 7 different, maybe even 8 themes for each character, so where you can mix and match what you want them to look as. You can put on sets if you want. So it's kind of cool because you get to see a Hydra set, you get to see a modern set, Endgame set from the Avengers movies, Savage Land sets, Sakar sets. There are so many different sets in this game, guys, and we're going to show you guys on my Spider-Man what you guys can pick and choose from. But these are the options. So you get Captain America right now, Captain Marvel if you want something a little more cosmic and a little more powerful, right? Now, just so you guys know, the power scale of this game on the characters are not based on what the comics are. So Captain Marvel is not the strongest character in this game. As a matter of fact, she probably is pretty good, but she's definitely not the top 3 even. So for now, guys, pick and choose what you enjoy playing, okay? Spider-Man, as you guys saw there, I have him currently in my team right now. Black Widow, who is absolutely deadly right now in PvP, and a wicked design on her costume as well too. If we go a little further down here, you have Iron Man, which again, if you're a huge fan of the Avengers and you're one of the originals of the Avengers, Iron Man feels right at home. Plus, if you're a tech guy, Iron Man's a great character to choose from. If you're into magic, Doctor Strange, probably one of the best PvE characters in the game as well as PvP, very balanced, and actually pretty OP in the beginning. Star-Lord, if you want a little more action from the cosmic universe using somebody who has gadgets as well as a little bit of comedy to him, Star-Lord is amazing. And then lastly, we get an X-Men, Storm. Now this was surprising to me because I'm surprised Storm was the first person. I would have expected someone like Jean, somebody like Wolverine, someone a little bigger, but she is one of the originals, so I'm glad they have her in there. And those are the characters that you can choose from, all right? So again, this game promotes you playing multiple characters at a time. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into my Spidey, and we'll talk about how this game works. We're gonna talk about the basics, and if you guys are starting this game, I will actually go ahead and start playing this game more often. I'll create a brand new character with you, and when we do live streams, guys, if I decide to continue doing this game, I will actually be running players through extreme modes and ultimate modes of raids, which are the highest level tier right now with my Spider-Man. I'll help out the community like I used to do in all my other games, and you know what, for some of you, I might even start from scratch just to show you how the game plays, right? So I'll use Spider-Man to do end game content, and I might start a brand new character to do other content. All right, guys, without further ado though, let's get into it. All right, boys and girls, here we are. We are on the HQ Shield ship, and we're looking out in the yonder, and we're seeing a ton of NPC characters. We're seeing a ton of players and a lot of different things to do. All right, so first thing, guys, I'm not even going to bother going through the menus. I will show you what's available to you to play, and I'm actually going to show you some gameplay instead. So with Spider-Man, your goal essentially is to dodge, kill, and debuff, right? That is essentially your goal nonstop. Not the best DPS in the game, but probably, in my opinion, the most fun to play. I just want to show you real quick though, before we go into any further, the customization that's available in this game. So this here, we're going to talk all about this later on, guys. I don't want to get into this now because there's a lot to cover, and I'll cover this in the future video. But customization wise for Spider-Man, just so you can see on every character, you have 15 different themes, guys, you can choose from. Different costumes you can go with. Look at this, like you can do punk Spider-Man, you can do the end game Spider-Man if you wanted to do that. You have the ability to do this superior Spider-Man if you wanted to do that one. I mean, there are like the noir Spider. There's so much, guys, to do here to customize. So like you can mix and match. You don't have to stick with one outfit either. Like there's just an endless possibility of things to put together in this game. Which makes it so much fun to collect costumes. Even if you don't care about the actual stats on the costumes and you just want to customize your character, there is so many customization options in this, making it just a collector's dream, right? Now, a lot of this here we're going to cover later. Like I said, I want to actually talk about the menu screens and all this and what's available to you guys in this game, but I want to do that at a later date. I want to actually show you guys what's available in the game and how you play this game. So first thing I want to show you real quick is the operations section. Now this here is your dungeons, which is the Blitz, and this is your high-end raids, all right? So we're going to go ahead and do a quick Blitz. I don't know if I have anything available even. So it goes from level 10 to level 100. Currently, the level 100 last character is Maestro in the game, and the level 10 first, or so level 20 character is Kingpin. So you know what? I've got a Kingpin available. I'm going to just plow through them, but at least you guys can see some of the gameplay and what's available to you. All right, so let's look at this real quick. So here you can see you can play up to 4 players. It is a dungeon mode. You can start beside the 4. I'm obviously level 100, so I'm going to go ahead and let level 100 do its thing. I'm going to set it on auto and just talk to you guys what the game's all about and how it works on the screen, okay? That's the main thing for me. I just want to explain to you the mechanics of the game. All right, so first off, there is a mini map here. There's the auto button. I'm going to set that. As you can see here, I'm paired up with what looks like Storm and Doctor Strange. Or is that Black Widow? Oh, wait, I can't. Oh, that's Captain Marvel. Damn outfits. So the thing is, it's going to be pretty easy for me to kill these things because of my level. But the way it works is that there's this 4 skills going to play. There is a basic button right there for your attack, which is extremely important, so you should be using that. There is a dodge right here mechanic, which you have 3 of them that you can do before the cooldown sets in. As you can see here, the timer is moving, and then there is a focus button. The focus button allows you to focus on a certain target rather than just going running amok on everybody, right? So here I'm not moving right now, but I'm going to go ahead and follow these guys. And if you look around here, actually, you can see a lot of the world that is available to you. As they progress, they're going to open up cutscenes, and you get transported to the character. Cutscenes are available for each of these levels, but here we're going to let this play out here. And the way it works is there's always a mini boss with a bunch of ads, and then there's the main boss with a bunch of ads, right? And whenever you finish this level or any dungeon, you're going to get those badge drops, which we'll talk about again a little in the future, and that's all to do with costumes, right? So yeah, I'm going to just look around here and move a bit. Very detailed game, I will say this. Like each world, like this here is New Stark City, which is the multiverse version of Stark City, Tony Stark City essentially, and every single universe or section of the game offers you a new place that you can visit with new bosses, new enemies, and a plethora of different things to do and collect, right? So keeping in mind that you have the ability to autoplay and you have the ability to play the game normal. Now, that was a little bit easy. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and bypass that one, guys. As you can see here, the drops I was mentioning there, right? We've got the Kingpin drop, we've got the Squad EXP at 50, and we've got these things that allow you to craft, which is the green bottle there, and then we have gold. All right, so I just want to show you guys real quick what was available to you, and then here we're gonna go ahead and exit. All right, boys and girls, we're actually going to try out something a little different this time. We're going to go ahead, instead of doing the Kingpin, which is extremely easy, we're going to do a level 91. I tried to do the 100, but I realized I've done all 6 attempts, and you cannot exceed the 6 attempts. So after the 3 you originally get, you actually have to pay a little bit more crystals to unlock further attempts. So we're going to do the never-ending winter one. I'll go ahead and do one more attempt here, and we'll participate, and hopefully it's just me. No, it might be other players as well, too. So we might have a 4-man. Now, I like to solo things just because it's on my own time and I want to show you guys this, but that's okay. We're going to show you a multiplayer version of this and you guys can see how it plays out. Now, this is going to actually require me to take auto off a little bit and actually play normal, and I'll go ahead and do that. I'm actually using a controller. So on LD player, that's actually set up for me, and I think it's a great way to play. You can always use the mouse, or if you like touchscreen, use touchscreen. Either way works. Now, as you can see here, like I said, there's always a cutscene, and everybody has to skip in order to skip it, right? So the first is the mini boss, like I mentioned. Every single stage has a mini boss, and this is going to be this one's. So let's go ahead and jump in here and do the mini boss first. And you can actually turn on the effects for everybody, or you can turn it off for everybody and just see your own. I'm currently using it as my own only because I don't want to. I don't want to see everyone's effects, which kind of dampers the experience, I think, a little bit. But here we go. You guys can see every boss right now currently has 5 times the health. The best thing to do with all these mini bosses, guys, is time your dodges correctly. The key here is to not waste your 3 times dodge, because it makes such a big cooldown on them that if you're just wasting non-stop and you get caught into a big effect, it'll actually one-shot you. So keep that in mind, all right? So now, like I mentioned to you guys before, with Spider-Man, I'm playing a specific build, which is a red build. So it causes my Spider-Man to do a lot of break damage, which is everybody has 100% guard, and you can actually break that guard by putting moves that do high guard break. Now there's low guard break and high guard break. Now most of the time the high guard break has lower damage, but does a lot more in terms of the long end stuff, right? And then there's the low guard break, but does a lot more damage. So it depends what you want to play and how you want to play. This specific build is actually my PvP build. Yeah, this is I was taking a look to see if I'm running my PvP build, and I am. So I've got my bots here who do all of my work. Now Laffy here is the boss. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and try to fight him and take him out here. Now I've got a ton of dodge, so it's going to be a little tougher for him to hit me, but I want to show you guys some of the moves that the bosses have and how you guys can fight. Now this is actually one of the tougher bosses that a lot of people have problems with, to be quite honest with you. He has a chill move, he has a freeze, he has a massive AoE like that right there, and he brings in a ton of ads, right? And you have to just pretty much dodge. Like I mentioned, moving around and dodging at the right time is key to this game, guys. If you're not playing someone like Spider-Man who has a ton of dodge himself, you're going to have to do that yourself. Like, you're going to have to time. Timing is everything in this. So there's a dodge. Now, when you do dodge correctly, I will tell you this now, there is a frame that lets you have invincibility for a little bit of time. So it helps you a lot in terms of maneuvering in the game, all right? So you guys can see here now I have my special. Here we go. I'm going to do it now. I'll probably get hurt a little bit here, but that's okay. I can survive it. So every character has a special move they can do. It's really hard to play and talk, honestly. Okay, there we go. Dodge those. So yeah, so keep in mind, understand your character well and know when to use your specials. You shouldn't be spamming specials whenever you get them. There's always a good time to use a special, and there's a bad time to use specials. So play your characters, try to understand them, and try to build your character the right way. Because there are sets that give you more ultimate special damage, and there are sets that don't. So if you're all about ultimate regen, and that's what you want to focus on, is doing your ultimate as much as possible, then you should be building your character that way as well. So there you go, guys. I'm a little overpowered, I'm not gonna lie. Shout out to WhalePod, which is the alliance that I'm running with. Shout out to Seaton, the Darth microtransaction as well too, who's also a YouTuber, so check out his content. And Seaton's as well too. We're all playing this game together. We all decided to jump on this and play, and we're having a blast. So that is essentially one of the dungeons. Now there are way more difficult content out there called raids. And just as it is, a raid has multiple difficulties, right? So I'm going to show you guys real quick what's available in a raid and what you guys can look forward to. So there is the Fenris raid, Loki, Kingtron, which is Kingpin and Ultron put together, Vision, and Cull, the Annihilator, I believe. And each of these actually are, so this stage is called Manslaughter. And you essentially have to go through the challenge mode, which is the regular raid, pretty straightforward. And then there's the extreme mode, which is the middle difficulty raid, and then ultimately there's the ultimate raid, which is, as you can see here, a lot more power required, and each of these are also 4-member based and get increasingly harder and harder as you go along. So there's a lot of content, guys, currently. As for PvP, sorry, actually, there's additional things you can do here. There's something called a special operations, which is a new multi-instance thing that you can do on a daily basis. You get ranks on those, and each person who gets ranked gets rewards every week, and this applies to almost every bit of content out here. There's something called Most Wanted, which essentially Rocket Raccoon gives you a wanted list, and in every world there's a mini boss and a major boss that can spawn, and these are bosses you can kill to get additional squad experience plus rewards at the end. So guys, I mean, when you log in, there's so much you can do, and the cool thing about it is I find I don't feel stressed about missing stuff. If I don't have time to do, you know, one piece of content and I miss it for a day, I don't feel like I've fallen behind, which is really rare for a gacha game nowadays, because it kind of forces you to play a game in order to get rewarded. And if you miss a few things or here and there, it could be a pretty abrasive hit on your progression, right? So in this game, I don't find that an issue. Now, if you want to do something like battle challenges and kind of test your skills, you can do that as well too, and kind of see where you're at. And again, this has a weekly rating as well too, and you can kind of sit there and play through this, and you get rewards. So weekly rewards are right here as well, right? So they give you core badges and stuff. So there's a lot of different things you can do from a PvE perspective. Now for PvP, there's a couple other things you can also do. There's the Omega War, which is a massive, I don't know if it's like 10v10 or 9v9, two factions fighting against each other, and it's pretty much a battle royale, and it's a lot of fun. Now I will say there is no whale cap here, which means that if you're a whale and you're jumping into this game, you keep all your stats. There's no leverage here for free to play, so it does give whales a massive advantage, which kind of sucks. So I'm really hoping they do bring out a mode where it's not just about whales, it's actually about free to play and whales playing together in the same mode, kind of like My Hero Academia does. That would, I think, help alleviate a lot of the stress with PvP. Dimensional Duels is Arena right now. So they can see here the weekly rankings are available. Shout out to my boy Kyger here, who's also there in our Darth Micro, which we just talked about. Most of the Whale Pod guys are up there, and as well as Wolfpack Gaming, who's doing really well. And so this is the 1v1 arena, essentially, right? And same things apply here, guys, where it is very much a whale oriented game, but F2P does do really well if you're playing other F2P characters. And then there is the crazy Dark Zone. Now, Dark Zone, guys, is really, really unique. Now, this is a PvE/PvP environment where it's you and your alliance members, or you solo, going into a massive map and then fighting regular mobs, mini bosses, and bosses for points. And as you collect these points, they get tallied, and at the end of the week, you get rewards. But this is a massive world PvP section as well. So you can get sniped, you can get trolled, you can get attacked in the middle of boss fights, people can steal kills. It's just insanity. The cool thing here is also there's a 2x reward section, and there are three different territories. So if you're jumping into the game and you're being surrounded in territory 1 by a ton of people, you can jump down to 2, 3, and this works on PvE as well too, where if there's a stage that's too congested, you can actually end up going to a different stage, and I'll show you real quick how you can do that. There's the mini map. If we click on the little world icon here, this is the actual world, right? So for example, if I want to jump to Sakar here, and let's just say I want to do the Great Desert, right? When you get here, and if there's a lot of people killing your mobs, the cool thing about it is, and a lot of people don't know this, you can change channels and go to a different section of a different server, and it'll be less congested, which gives you the ability to farm more effectively, find bosses more effectively, especially when you're doing the activity log to kill certain bosses. This is a great way to find the boss you're looking for. So here, I'm in channel 1, guys, right? If I click here, there's 3 channels currently available. Channel 1 is congested. There's too many players. So I can go to 3, which is smooth, and that eliminates all that player base from 1 and lets me play on 3. Now, you can do this every minute, and a great way to find bosses, right, that you're looking to kill for your activity log. So here you go. You can see different bosses are available for this one. And as I mentioned, if you just run around here and you just click on the mini map, there are teleporters right here, for example, that lets you teleport to any other section of the map. Specifically, if you're looking for a boss that you're looking to fight, it does require these badges, but it's a very small cost to let you move around quickly, right? And the cool thing is these things allow you to do so many different ways to battle and find bosses in a quicker fashion, right? So if I put just auto here, I could just sit here all night, guys, and just farm. And the beauty of this is I get materials, I get badges, and I get gold, and I don't have to do anything. I literally just sit here. Now you can actually set your pots up to do auto healing at any time, and it'll do that at 75%, 50%, 25%, or you can disable it altogether and do it yourself. And there are enhancers as well, which allow you to boost your stats during fights, and you can auto those as well too. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed this. I'm loving this game. Graphically, gameplay, modes, community, alliances, everything. The only problem with this game right now, it is currently still, I believe, in staging or testing within Canada only. So if you do want to play, get BlueStacks, get LD Player, get a VPN, connect it to Canada, download this game, give it a try. And if you love this game, shoot me a sub, guys. Give it a like, and if I get enough views, I'll be covering more of this because I'm loving it. And I will do this journey with you guys at level 1 with another character. And additionally, if you guys are playing this game and you're watching and you're subbing to me, let me know in game if you need hand with any of the content. I can solo pretty much everything. I will run you through, and maybe we'll do those live as well. Alright guys, this is Payne. Hope you enjoyed the content. We'll talk soon.